Welcome to the Encode Wintermute MEV Hackathon with Flashbots. Great stuff today. We're going to kind of go over the hackathon, understanding kind of how it works, challenges, prizes, etc., and then have a few words from our sponsors as well. So a little bit about Encode. So if you haven't heard about us, we like to call ourselves a Web3 educational community. What does that kind of mean? We really try to onboard developers into Web3 and kind of build, learn, and kind of get hired. So we work with the best, protocols. Everything's free, everything's global. We get people hired, like it says at the bottom, and even get funding. So this is a really cool kind of snapshot from TechCrunch. We mint a lot of developers through our boot camps. We'll talk about those later as well. About our community, we're 20,000 developers strong worldwide, mainly in kind of Western, Eastern Europe, USA, South America, Africa. What do? We do kind of 5 major things. We have an education series, hackathons such as this one, 8-week accelerators, 8-week boot camps, intensive to learn a skill such as Solidity or Rust, and then we also do recruitment. So big stuff here. Firstly, big welcome to everybody joining. We're going to have a great time here learning and building with MEV. So big thanks to our title sponsor, Wintermute, with us today. A little bit about Wintermute. They're a leading global algorithmic market maker in digital assets. They create liquid and efficient markets on centralized exchanges, decentralized trading platforms, and even off exchanges. They provide liquidity for over 50 exchanges and trading platforms as of right now. Let's see. And our other partner, our educational partner, Flashbots. Big thank you to them. They're a research and development organization working on mitigating the negative externalities of kind of MEV techniques here on Ethereum. So great. So a little bit about them now. Now, what is the MEV Hackathon? So this is going to be a 4-week all online virtual hackathon to build projects on all things MEV. This is your chance to kind of work within MEV, get unlimited support from us, as well as kind of Flashbots and the Wintermute team. We have great prizes at the end as well, and amazing workshops. You'll see our workshop schedule with our titles sponsors, and they're amazing. You will not want to miss those. And then kind of how does this hackathon work? So many of you have probably joined a hackathon or maybe gone through one of ours, but we do a few things different here. But, first off, a hackathon is a great way to learn, build, and kind of engage with a specific skill. But during this, this is 4 weeks, all virtual. You can come from anywhere around the globe, and we'll have periodically workshops throughout. So that's where you can kind of build upon your skills, continuously improving, kind of adding to your skill set. So by the end of the submissions here on September 11th, you'll have a great project to submit to us and kind of add to your portfolio. After that, we'll have kind of like a 2-week judging period. And then we kind of, which is unique for us, is we have kind of this grand finale and prize giving at the end, where we do it live, where we invite the finalists, they pitch live in front of our team, in front of judges, in front of the public, and that kind of gets you traction and kind of exposure. So really cool stuff that we're doing here within our hackathons. Let me pass it over to our CEO here at Encode Club, Anthony, for a few words.
Hi guys, welcome. Thank you very much for coming here today. This is quite frankly, a particularly exciting topic, one that we've actually been earmarking and wanting to have for a very long time. It's unfortunate it's happening now at a point of the merge, really, but I think offers even more opportunities to you. So with this topic, what we want you to do is, if ever, quite frankly, is focus on the research side. Look for new and important use cases. Really take this topic wherever you want to go with it. It is one where Flashbots, who are our educational partner for this, have really taken the lead in order to kind of show the possibilities of it, what the importance of it is, and also give you opportunities to learn. So this hackathon is 4 weeks long, which is a little bit unorthodox, primarily to give you the chance to learn. Our first 2 weeks is ram-packed through the workshops led by the Flashbots teams. We have some of the leading researchers in the whole space coming to speak to you, all online, all live, and then converted to YouTube thereafter. For the benefit of your learning. And we hope that towards the second half, the second 2 weeks, you start building. Now, again, this is an unorthodox hackathon. A normal hackathon, you'd be building a DApp. There might be some dApps, there might be some MEV resistant dApps, some cool things, maybe some cool things that start to take advantage of how proof of stake affects kind of MEV. But we suspect a lot of you will focus on the research side, cool use cases, things we haven't expected to see. And the benefits to you are galore. Wintermute, our title sponsors, are extremely generously putting on some brilliant prizes, some extremely generous and lucrative prizes. But I think the kind of main goal for all of you should be slightly different. A lot of you sit in that kind of interesting spot of wanting to be in Web3 or in Web3 and want to take the next step or get in full time into Web3. And this hackathon, we hope, as it has for many others, can be that trampoline into the space in a deeper way. Perhaps a job, perhaps a startup, perhaps a research opportunity. There have been over 60 companies come out of code before, hundreds and hundreds of people go on to get jobs full time. I would love to see the MEV researchers and developers of the future come from this event. And it is, as far as I know, because of the difficulty of the topic, the first example of an MEV hackathon in the crypto space. So with that, a rallying cry to build great things. One of the hallmarks of the Encode program is how hands-on we'll be with you, how much one-to-one care we'll give to you in any part of the journey, be it technical, be it just mentorship, just be it finding an idea, be it learning, be it getting a job. So please do use that, as I'm sure you will. And I look forward to seeing, a bot. You could do a bot, yeah. So again, perfect example. Do whatever you want to do. A bot would be amazing. And again, highlight a skill set. This is a question from Ramel in the chat, and highlight a skill set indicative of great understanding of MEV, but also bot building, data skills, all sorts of things. So we really look forward to seeing what you do. And with that, handing back over to Steve.
Great, thanks, Anthony. And with that, let's head it over to Wintermute with Julian to say a few words.
Absolutely, thanks, Steve, Anthony, and everyone to be here. My name is Julian Ishaq. I'm marketing manager at Wintermute, and I'm taking a lead from Wintermute side on the organization of this hackathon. So first, I want to really thank everyone for being here. Really appreciate this, and yes, like taking a look at what we did last year with our first hackathon. We received 260 different applications, and now we see that our applications for this year have gone into 400. So we're really happy about the involvement of the community overall and the interest in participating in these kind of hackathons. And we are looking forward to make this kind of a tradition inside Wintermute. So for us, these initiatives is a great way to get in touch with you all. As Anthony mentioned, it's a great opportunity to get in touch with top talent that are willing to potentially in the future work in Wintermute or any of our incubated companies, but also connect with entrepreneurs that may be seeking for investment at some point through our VC arm that's called Wintermute Ventures. So one way or another, this is a great way to connect with top talent. But most importantly, we believe that this is a great opportunity for us to contribute to the growth of the whole ecosystem and to encourage developers to keep building, which we believe is a natural extension of our mission to advance the truly decentralized world. So yeah, really happy to be here, excited to see this happening. And I'll handle the word to Ishaq from our recruiting team, who will take some words to close this participation.
Hey guys, I thought I'd say hello. My name's Ishaq. I head up the talent acquisition team for Wintermute. First of all, I'd like to thank Encode for all you've done to set this up. And thank you for all the participants and all the people that registered for the event. Thank you all for this support. Just wanted to give you a quick update on, some of the sessions that I reckon, or I sort of recommend you guys to tune into. So on Wednesday, the 17th of August, Julian and one of our DeFi traders would be explaining more around, what Wintermute do, and more specifically DeFi at Wintermute. So definitely get on that one. We also have another session hosted by me and one of my colleagues, Jonas, who's more focused around VC. But the whole event will be around careers at Wintermute and ventures at Wintermute. So if you're looking to, apply for a role at Wintermute and want to know more around our processes, that will be the one to get into. And on the venture side, if you're looking for projects to be, invested in, or any sort of things around ventures, then, join. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Julian and Ishaq. Big thanks to the Wintermute team for joining us today and kind of explaining that. As kind of Ishaq was explaining, we'll go over kind of those awesome workshops here later on in the next few minutes. With that being said, let's pass it over to our representatives from Flashbots. Are you on the call with us?
Thanks for organizing this. I'm Leo Arias. I'm engineering coordinator at Flashbots. And as they said, we have on this event some of our researchers and developers organizing workshops and talks to assist you on the things that you will be building. So maybe it could be relevant to give some context about Flashbots and why we're here. So this idea of MEV, it's an externality, right? I see this as something that was missed when designing a protocol. And then since it's not part of the design, there will be some organizations that might be able to abuse it. And this is prevalent in every step of the economy. This is like very ingrained in capitalism. Not everything is very visible. And then the people who sees these holes, these externalities, take a lot of advantage of them. And this gives them more power. And then with more power, they abuse the externalities in a stronger way. So a while ago, our researchers found this MEV, the idea that there's some value that can be extracted by block proposers. And with extracting that value, they can take over the network. And upon finding this, what we do at Flashbots is first illuminate, say this is happening. And then the idea is to explore it, mitigate it, try to build solutions around this. So a research collective was built around this. And the main finding was that Ethereum was at risk at that point. So Flashbots relay appeared to mitigate MEV on proof of work. And this Flashbots relay is a trusted party that mediates between the searchers, the people who find opportunities to extract this value, and the block proposers, like today, the miners. And this was like a very quick fix. The ecosystem was at danger, and then the mitigation was like what we could come up with. And since then, the network has been more stable, and we have had chance to understand this better. And this is what our researchers are doing, trying to characterize what is MEV, try to understand it, try to analyze it, come up with data models, and in parallel, our developers build prototypes, build systems, products that are necessary for the stable the stable work of the blockchain. So we have spent the past year, well, this year, trying to build a better iteration from what we have on proof of work and align it with the move to proof of stake. So these are very eventful weeks for all of us here at Flashbots. We are like doing the final touches of the system we designed together with the Ethereum Foundation, with the Ethereum developers, and with validators, node operators. So on proof of stake, the MEV risk is mitigated in a way that's better than the patch that we have on proof of work. And initially, this takes the form of MEV Boost. This is a software that the validators run, and this enables the validator side to be permissionless, the block proposer side to be permissionless. So what we had before on proof of work required us to trust the miners, the block proposers, and then small miners without a lot of with a lot of risk at stake and with no reputation could not participate on the system. So with MEV Boost, that part is permissionless, and that's just a huge win. We reduced the trust required on the system, and we designed it in a way that enables us to do further experimentation and exploration. So there's still trust in the system. The Flashbots relay, it's still there. We are also making a change in there to split it in two parts. The relay that serves as the trusted party between block builders and block proposers, and one builder that we will provide to. So this is another step forward. Instead of having a single builder as we did on proof of work, now we will be able to have multiple builders. Still many challenges ahead, and that's why this hackathon is relevant. That's why the work from the community is relevant, because we still need to figure out how to decentralize the relay and how to do permissionless building, and how to make sure that this externality, this value is shared among the participants of the network, and ideally the value serves to reinforce the security. So many open questions. I want to make it clear that everybody is welcome in here on this exploration. We need ideas, we need diversity of opinions, we need fresh thought in here, so we can come up with better solutions. And the system we designed allows for a lot of prototyping, a lot of exploration. I'm personally interested on data analysis of what's going on. So if I can suggest a way to get started on this hackathon, is for you to take a look at the data that's around, try to characterize what's happening on proof of work, and try to predict what will happen on proof of stake. That would be super useful. And just jump into the sessions that we have. So there will be Robert talking about MEV in this year. That's super interesting. He has an eye on the most relevant things that are happening, and this directs our thinking, our research, our products. We will have Julian talking about what is the challenge ahead. This is called PBS, Proposer Builder Separation, and MEV Boost is one step on that direction. There are many challenges to get us to full permissionless PBS, and Jolene can introduce the topic for you. And we have Brock, who's our searcher experience engineer, and he will talk about the role of the searchers on this, the people writing the bots, identifying the MEV opportunities. And there are some tools that you can use if you want to take that role on the hackathon too. and brought there to assist you.
Amazing. Thanks so much for the introduction and kind of background there. That gives us, you know, a lot of color if we're kind of new to MEV and kind of what's going on here. So appreciate that, Leo. That was great. As kind of he was saying, Flashbots will be kind of our educational partner on this. They're doing a lot of major speaking workshops here on MEV and kind of the technicals of it, as well as giving us technical support. So they will be aiding us through this process and this journey. So please use them as a resource during this. They will be highly valuable during this process. One thing I forgot to mention, please tweet at us, tweet at Encode Club. Say you're coming to our hackathon. We'll retweet you. Let's get you some exposure. Let's get you kind of out there. Drop your Twitters kind of in your posts in the chat, and that way we can retweet and like. Awesome. So let's keep on moving here. So a little bit more about kind of the individual workshops now. So these are going to be the banners of the next workshops coming up. So this next one coming Wednesday, as Ishaq was saying, is going to be the intro to Wintermute. Julian will be kind of on that one. This one is going to be at the same time as we started today. So every one of our workshops will actually be at the same time, makes it easy and understandable. 5:30 p.m. GMT +1 or UTC +1, those are synonymous there. Same time Wednesday. Would love to kind of go over more in depth of what Wintermute is. All of these will also be recorded and can watch later if you are in a time zone where it's not conductive to join live. Our next one will be Thursday, the 18th August. So that will be MEV with Brock. Great head of product at Flashbots. It'll be an amazing workshop with him. Get a little bit more in depth and kind of bounce those ideas off, as Leo was saying. Next one with Robert Miller, product lead and steward at Flashbots. Then second to last one, MEV with Hasu, strategy at Flashbots. And last one, Jolene Dunn, Flashbots research, Monday the 29th. All these will be the same time, like I said. Please go to our Eventbrite, register. That way you'll have these on your calendar and ready to go. You'll have the Zoom link to join right when it is available. Awesome. So let's kind of get into the challenge and get into kind of the actual hackathon and what you're looking to kind of solve and work with. So this is going to be pretty general of MEV. You know, we're looking for just best projects using any sort of kind of in the MEV realm. So like, you know, what was said, research pieces, you know, DeFi protocols that user address MEV, uses of Flashbots auctions, uses of that data. As Leo was saying, you know, we have a lot of data within it, and we need to really kind of understand that and use that throughout kind of MEV and be able to kind of even the playing field here. So with that being said, let's go into the prizes and see kind of what you can win after it. So these will be our prizes provided by Wintermute. First place prize, very large, 15,000 pounds. So that's the Great Britain pound, so British pound. 5,000 for second and 2,000 for third. So very large prize pool. Big thank you to our sponsor at Wintermute for providing these prizes for this hackathon. And then a little bit more into kind of opportunities afterwards. So, you know, as you go through a hackathon, you learn new skills. It's an opportunity to kind of test out something you've been thinking of, you know, building, and be able to learn on your own and learn by doing. So you'll have the skills, you'll have kind of that basis of MEV, and kind of can move on from it. You'll also be, you know, not only an ambassador of ourselves, but for Wintermute and Flashbots, taking kind of the connections you've built and, you know, the understanding you've gained through this hackathon to be able to move that and teach more people and pass that knowledge on. cool two things that, you know, are unique to this hackathon that aren't normally in most hackathons is you'll have kind of opportunities to interview with, you know, Wintermute and Flashbots after this, for kind of those winners, for those finalists. You'll also have opportunities to have kind of one-on-one conversations over Zoom or, you know, virtual with the CEO and kind of Wintermute's DeFi management team. So that, you know, gives you a leg up, a tap into kind of these companies and kind of the higher ups to bounce your ideas off and really flesh out kind of your projects even more afterward. You also, you know, have opportunities to get hired. You'll have, you know, MEV, a strong project on your resume, portfolio, etc., to kind of continue with and kind of even tap into the Web3 realm if you're new to Web3 and this is kind of one of your first kind of projects. And then as well as getting funding. So we do kind of have an investment arm within Encode Club. We do kind of invest out of these hackathons. They kind of spin off into accelerators, and we really work with the individuals and the projects to continue them and kind of give them the mentorship, the resources, and even funding they need to continue those projects, like I was saying. Awesome. So kind of what resources do you have during this? So you have a hacker pack. I'll go over that a little bit later, as well as the Discord at the end here. That will show, the hacker pack will showcase, you know, where you can understand kind of where to ask questions, you know, how to join a team, where to submit, general logistic things within Encode and kind of how our hackathons are run. We have a Discord where that will be all the communication, finding team members, as well as communicating within the technical questions channel, getting, you know, feedback from Flashbots, etc. We have Encode, you know, one-on-one calls. So that will be with me. I'm the program manager on this kind of hackathon. This is where you can bounce your ideas off, you know, get some validation if you're, you know, struggling with your idea, etc. Those are here to kind of have that one-on-one mentorship that is very unique within our hackathons. Our Medium page is posting all about kind of the hackathon, the prizes, the workshops upcoming. That will also have posted all of the previous workshops that we have done, so you can go back and look through those resources, as well as our Eventbrite. Like I said, they will all be posted on YouTube, and we'll have the technical support within our Discord via Flashbots. A little bit more about the submissions. This will also be highlighted in that hacker pack. We will have the submission date on the 11th of September. So we have, you know, the 4 weeks to kind of build. That will be a Sunday, and that will be due at midnight your time on Sunday, September 11th. So just keep that in mind. You have plenty of time. You know, talk to me if you have any issues on submissions, etc. Would love to help. What is kind of mandatory within that submission? It is the code base. So if you have the code base, please, you know, make it easy. Post on GitHub for us if you can, and a README write up about what your project does. That is kind of the first thing we look at to be able to understand what you're building in your project, and then we kind of go deeper into the code. If, you know, you would like to keep your code base private, we can do that as well. Within kind of a different form other than GitHub. We also are looking for a video about your project. So true demo, max length 3 minutes, link to an online demo. So if you did kind of publish it to the web and you have it up and running, maybe you're looking at data or it's a bot, would love to have a link to that online demo, your presentation and technical paper. Those are all optional, but will boost your chances here. We can talk about questions about that as well later. Okay, so some quick, you know, questions we usually have that are among most of our hackathons would like to go over. Yes, anyone can take part in this hackathon. You do not also need a team. You can build solo. If you're looking to form a team or looking for individuals, I can help connect you. Please let me know. Somebody might post my Discord, or I'll post my Discord here later for you to reach out to me, as well as kind of more information to get in contact with me. There will be technical support, like we said. Yes, the Flashbots team and Encode team will offer kind of support during this. Throughout the Discord is the best way to kind of interact within kind of the hackathon channel. Everything will kind of be on that Encode Discord announcements page, as well as like I said, I'll show you the Discord for kind of keeping up with each individual event. You can enter an existing project as long as it hasn't raised significant funding, or if you have kind of a project, a sub-project of kind of your company that is also that you're building specifically for this hackathon, that is also you can enter into the hack. You own fully what you build. We have no rights over it. Your code base is fully yours. And then all of the workshops will be kind of recorded and uploaded on YouTube. You can kind of do multiple of those kind of things if you're doing some with Flashbots, or you're trying to kind of take part of data. You can kind of incorporate those and put them all into one kind of project here. So the main thing, you know, that, like I said, we're unique at is the mentorship, the one-on-one, the calls, Encode constantly helping with technical questions, etc. So that is what really sets us apart and unique with these hackathons, and you have kind of direct access to us throughout the whole process. Questions, concerns, you know, you're not on an island, you're not alone, and that's what we love to give here with our hackathons. So what's next? First, join the Discord. I'll kind of show you all that now. So let me stop sharing my screen here and share a different tab while it is up. Give me one moment. So a little bit into our Discord. I have to pull it up here correctly. Awesome. So, sorry, apologies. Got it up now. So if you're seeing my screen, we're within the Encode Club server. A little bit how to join the specific channel. So you go to the welcome kind of channel here, and then the sub hack access. This will be kind of explaining what to click to get access to the MEV Hackathon. You do this little pickaxe here, this minor axe. If you click on that, it will give you access to the specific channel down here called the Wintermute MEV Hackathon. Here we'll post all the announcements, official events, any resources. The club room's the great way to kind of understand, you know, if people are looking to, you know, join forces, have an idea, would like to, you know, bounce ideas off as well, join team members, as well as the technical questions channel. So please look out for that. Those are two big things to join, to be able to be, you know, successful within this hackathon. Great. So kind of back to that, that's where you can, you know, find a teammate, you know, reach out to me if you're having a hard time. And then next would be joining the workshops. So Wednesday, please join that. Going to be an amazing, you know, intro into Wintermute. If you're, you know, not familiar with Wintermute, please join. That will be a great intro, and then you can kind of deep dive off of that. And then after these workshops, you know, get building, start researching, trying stuff out, you know, learning along the way. That's kind of what we do here in the Great Next Steps. Any questions? Okay, that is kind of the end here. We want to leave some time open for questions from you. Could be anything about the hackathon, could be about kind of MEV in general. Let us know. Let's see if there's any questions. What testnet are we supposed to hack? So kind of any testnet you would like. I imagine you're saying if you're building your project on a test net, you can go with ever. Let's see. I guess, oh, it's posted right there. So that is answered. Will Wintermute provide support as well? Yes, they will provide support where they can, but most of the technical support will be done within the Discord where our team and Flashbots. How many one-on-one mentorships calls can we have? That is totally unlimited, Victor. Book directly on my Calendly for the best, instant kind of booking, and that way we can figure out what schedule works best for everybody. Let me post kind of that, or have Danny, if Danny, you're on the call, can maybe post my Calendly, and that will book directly to my calendar, and then we can kind of start talking about your project. Let me see if I can keep going up. Sorry, I'm gotten a lot of questions here. Could you say if we need to do our project on the hackathon using Flashbots and EVM-based chains, or can you use Solana, for example? It's not, specific to one chain. You can totally be chain agnostic here if you find some minor extractable value within kind of Solana. You can do that as well, or another chain. From Ramil, will my project be open available in the end of the hackathon, i.e. creating an MEV extract and bot and then sharing the source code? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. If you want to share, or you're trying to keep it kind of private.
I can answer that one. There is a general principle of Encode events that you open source your code. It's a hackathon for the sake of the community, even if you go on to do a startup. This isn't a hard and fast rule. Now, obviously, there is a case that if you do want to do a startup, there might be good reason to keep your code closed source in the first instance. Again, I think you should still open source it. It's the execution, not the code itself. And realistically, code in a hackathon will be imperfect. But if you understand, if you were to be making a bot that was profitable. Well, there's another question as well about if you were to make a profitable bot, why would I share this? Well, yes, you can. We can. I'm sure if you were making some, if you provably doing something profitable you did not want to share, we could still give that credit, and perhaps you can win more money by being one of the overall prizes. So the best thing is always have a conversation with us. It's not a hard and fast rule you have to open source. It's general guiding principle. If there's any doubts, just come and speak to Steve or anyone of the Encode team. Cool. Back to Steve.
Great, thanks, Anthony. I think that kind of sums it up here. Let's see. Do we have any more questions I missed? Are the prizes personal money, or are they investment to start a project based on the idea developed during the hackathon? They are kind of just blanket prizes. It's prize money given to you. There are no stipulations around it if that's what you are asking. How are the projects going to be assessed? So we'll kind of assess them throughout the idea and kind of the implementation, and then kind of the polishedness of the implementation. So it's kind of those three aspects we're looking for, fully functional project, fully demoable. We can actually walk through from the user standpoint, or whoever is kind of using your product or project from their standpoint. It looks clean. And then kind of going above and beyond, it's a great idea that's actually, a use case for the industry for MEV within that. Let's see if I missed anything else while I'm scrolling up. I think that is it. Let's see, any other resources / existing projects that we can learn from apart from the ones mentioned. Yeah, we do kind of have that hacker pack where we'll have more resources. Let's link that in the chat if we have that from Danny. Can you dive deeper in what is the hacker pack? Yeah, let me share my screen actually and maybe explain that in a little more detail to kind of minimize the confusion here. Great, so this is kind of the MEV Hackathon hacker pack. Tells you, how to register, if you're registering as a team, looking to register as a solo member, etc. That is kind of how to start. Next will be kind of within kind of what is kind of the essentials, joining the Discord, important dates. Here's kind of some resources we have, blogs, challenges, kind of some documents from Flashbots. Speak to Steve, so this will be a link directly to my Calendly. That's where you can kind of interact with me one-on-one, as well as all of our events, and then kind of the post-registration support, kind of what we're expecting, and then kind of how we judge. So if any of that, isn't clear within these, please let us know. I'll also, probably be sending out more resources later within a, onboarding email. That way you can kind of get started, or reach out to me directly on Discord. If you're really lost, I'll post my kind of Discord link here. That way we can chat one-on-one. Let's see, I guess that is the wrong Discord link. But that will be another great way to do that. And then we have kind of the challenges listed. So workshops with all their Eventbrites, please register to those when you can. And then kind of a how to submit page, breaking down kind of what is mandatory, optional. And then once we have the submission up, you will submit here within kind of a link through a type form with your registration team code that you got in the beginning. So pretty self-explanatory with reading the documents. Let me know if there's any issues there within that. We do have the official hackathon site there. Let's see, we have another question about MEV here, Anthony, if you might be able to answer. Curious about whether it's possible to access a RPC endpoint to test the MEV bot.
I would need to check. That's it. We'll get back to you on.
Jacob, yes, everything will be shared tomorrow in a write-up on Medium. Let's see, any project suggestions for beginners? Anthony, you might have a better idea than me in there.
We're going to suggest a few data specific ones as a kind of get started. We typically do a get started one. This is a technically hard topic. We kind of note. So yeah, we're going to try and get a beginner's at least place to get started, shall we say.
Great. I think that is all of our questions here for today. Let me know if I missed anything, guys, as the chat is kind of come in periodically. Please reach out if you have any questions, concerns, book a call directly on my Calendly. Big thank you to Wintermute and Flashbots for joining us today. Very excited to see what you guys build, want to chat in the future. Thanks for everyone joining. Thanks, Anthony, for answering our questions here at the end as well. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. Have a great rest of your day and night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.